Hey, what's up, guys? Dr. Feelgood here, back again with another video prescription. And I just want to take this time to bring up yet another article I shared about a week ago, if not two. I was on vacation, so I didn't take the time to make a video about it. You know, I'm out with family. But anyway, this is an article by Polygon, who I rarely, if ever, take the time to even click on most of their BS. But I will show it in this video and put the link in the description. But it's entitled Nintendo Stole the Wii U's Best Idea for the Switch and It Was a Great Move. Now, here we go. The Wii U was always in trouble. We won't even address that, okay? The press learned this fact as we sat up with our review hardware before the official launch, waiting for Nintendo to release the firmware that would enable anything more than just playing games. Many of us who knew how clumsy Nintendo could be with non-gaming applications joked that the Wii U would never be better than the day when you could just put in the game and play without wrestling and with the confusing interface. It's hard to remember now that the Wii U is all but dead, but those early days were pretty great. Luigi's Ghost Mansion on the Nintendo Land compilation disc showed us the possibilities of being able to give information to one player while keeping it away from everyone else. Excuse me. Hunting down friends as a ghost on the gamepad while they wondered where you were was a great time, and it continued Nintendo's long-standing ability to make games that looked like they were designed for kids but were the best when played with inebriated. I can agree with that somewhat. Zombie U also made enjoyable, tense use of the second screen as a combination menu and window into the virtual world. And I remember spending way too much time playing Call of Duty Black Ops 2 on the Wii U as kind of a portable LAN party. One player would get the TV and a standard controller. The second would play the gamepad screen and use those built-in controls. It was one of the most convenient co-op setups ever created. Nintendo, not to mention third parties, ran out of those ideas quickly. Excuse me. The Wii U turned into a standard console that felt underpowered compared to the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. But the ability to play most games on the gamepad without using an external display at all was a godsend to families with many children and not enough televisions. You don't say. Playing Mario Kart 8 on the spacious screen of the gamepad was more attractive to my children than almost any game on their phones, and it remains so to this day. It was fun to see people playing Wii U games on flights that had power, the Wii U console tucked into the seat back in front of them, and the gamepad held in their lap. It was a funky system, but it was home to Nintendo's first party games, and it didn't always have to take up a television. That was a pretty great thing, even if the system's sales never reached the surreal heights of the original Wii. Nintendo may have struggled to explain just what the damn thing was to many potential customers, but those of us who understood it loved it. The 3D was being phased out of the 3DS as well, despite many of Nintendo's early games on the console attempting to use the technology in a novel way. The 2DS removed the ability to see the games in 3D entirely and became the console Polygon described as surprisingly not the worst thing ever. Nintendo, it seemed, was out of uses for its own gimmicks. If you say so, Polygon. If you have to I'm sorry. The Switch we know now is a single screen experience. Now let's stop right there. We don't know anything but what's been told thus far. If you're going based off rumors, you can say that. But whatever. There will be no menus on one display while we play on another. No co-op or competitive gaming on one console. It's the portable that's also a tethered console. It's not a gimmick as much as it's a form factor. And it doesn't require developers to do anything new when it comes to the play itself. It's just a console you can take on the road as long as the batteries hold out. We'll see how it all shakes out in the end, and how the Switch fits in a post Wii U world that includes Super Mario Run. But the Wii U was a wonderful system, with ideas that were never given the room they deserved before Nintendo's own software design became more conservative. The company wisely saw what many of us saw in the system: the love of a console that was oddly portable while offering deeper experiences, and punched it up for the Switch. The Wii U has been all but forgotten this holiday season, but it was a fun system that was a great fit for larger families. Nintendo was right to use its best feature as the basis of the Switch. Wii U, we'll miss you, but apparently we'll see your big brother very soon. Now, a few things in this article kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Excuse me. But overall, it seems funny to me that Polygon was one of the media outlets that slammed the Wii U, that talked crap about it, talked down upon it throughout its entire life cycle. Seriously. And now that the Switch is about 2 months away from releasing, you guys want to hype up the console and now say that it was a great system. Where was this at when we were getting great games? Where was this praise and respect during its first few years? I'm curious. I remember most media outlets stating on multiple occasions that off-TV gameplay was a gimmick that no one cared about. Who wants to play on their small 6.2-inch 480p screen, especially if they own, $1,000 or a brand new TV that costs thousands of dollars that's 1080p or whatever the case may be? This was one of the narratives going around the web and across different media outlets. Hell, it still is. Who wants to play on a small screen, when they have a big ass television? Why did I buy my TV? We've all heard these dumbass excuses. We all have. But now that's a praised feature, no longer a gimmick. It's a praised feature. And the comments on Zombie U, wow. The fact that they use Zombie U and enjoyable in the same sentence, I'm surprised, because Zombie U got murdered. Now, it may not have gotten horrible scores across the board, but I don't think it really got a score above a 7. But most people slammed it, talked shit about it because of the graphics and how you had to look up and down at two different displays, and they didn't respect this thing. They didn't respect this game. They didn't. In fact, people that love zombie games didn't like it because it wasn't like Zombie Horde and Call of Duty or Horde mode in Gears of War. To them, if it wasn't unlimited ammo and spray and pray, they didn't like the game. They didn't. But those that loved horror games and that loved, survival games, true survival games, they loved it. But that was few and far in between. I have the game. I got it at launch. I have not beaten it, but I played it. I just have too many damn games. But yeah, that right there. Zombie U also made enjoyable, tense use of the second screen as a combination menu and window into the virtual world. I don't remember any of these positive comments when the game came out, unless it was by a media outlet that actually liked the game and gave it a decent score. it seems funny to me that this is happening again. And I say again because we've seen this same song and dance before. It happened with the GameCube. It was a system that was shitted on in the beginning. Forgive my language, but it was shitted on in the beginning. And then after that generation was over, people now regard it as one of the greatest game systems in history. They're going out there paying over $100 for the GameCube exclusives. I mean, seriously. People respect the GameCube after the generation. And they respect it a lot now. But where was this same respect, this same desire, this same praise when it was around? The Wii U is now on its way out. Nintendo's next console, dubbed the Nintendo Switch, is set to launch sometime in March this year. And now you guys want to play up the Wii U as if it's a must-own console? It has been for most people, especially for myself. I purchased it at launch. But it pisses me off that now, 4 years later, you have something good to say. And then, this other short comment. Nintendo, not to mention third parties, ran out of those ideas quickly, meaning the ideas to use a second screen experience, essentially. So now, essentially, you're placing blame on third parties. Before, it was, it's a gimmick, no one cares, it's too complicated, it's Nintendo's fault. But now it's, developers, you're basically saying developers did not want to use it, so it's their fault. Wow. People like myself, Liga Venduo, Active Gamer Life, Mr. T, and many, many others that I know personally and some I don't know personally have said this. We have tried to talk sense into the typical YouTuber, strangers, and even the gaming media. We've tried to tell you, hey, it's not all Nintendo's fault. Yes, the marketing was horrible. It was piss poor on Nintendo's part. We have all admitted to that. In fact, the marketing didn't really become something great or even remotely acceptable until Mario Kart 8 came around. That's when they ramped up their marketing. If you look at the marketing of Mario Kart 8, Splatoon, hell, even Smash Brothers, that's when we saw the marketing that should have happened at launch for the Wii U. So we have always admitted to that. The marketing was piss poor on Nintendo's part. But that doesn't stop third parties from taking advantage of a system's potential. If a system has a feature no other console has, it will behoove you to take advantage of it. But you guys didn't think about that. But, as I said, too little too late. Now you want to talk up the Wii U as if it's a must-own console. Now you want to praise the off-TV feature. I mean, even in regards to off-TV gameplay. Liga Venduo last year took a business trip to Japan. And he uploaded a video of him, on his Wii U, I believe, playing Bayonetta 2. Off TV. On a plane. Xbox One can't do this. PS4 can't do this. You can say remote play. Let's see if your Wi-Fi works when your PS4 is at home. But I just find that really, really dumb. That now you want to praise something when it's been considered dead for the last 6 months. Hell, some have been saying it's been dead for a year, if not longer. And then there are those that say it's been dead. Well, it's been dead because Nintendo's been doomed for the last 30 years. It's just one of those things. Like I said, this kind of rubs me the wrong way. I don't know, man. This console was never deemed to be more powerful than the PS4 or Xbox One, nor did Nintendo say we're going for power. They never said that. But the Wii U gave us a new way to play games. And people, meaning consumers and the media, because of the media, they shitted on it. Now the media is trying to say, well, the Wii U is a great console, many great experiences, new way to play games. Why are you doing this? Is because you may not get all those great Wii U experiences that are on the Nintendo Switch that you want to port it over, but now they may not be because it's cartridge based, which means no backwards compatibility. Is that why? Because I know a lot of people that really did want to play Wii U's games. They say, I'm not going to buy a Nintendo console, just for Nintendo games or just for these few games. Okay, but these are the same people that will buy an Xbox One or PS4 just for Battlefield and Call of Duty, and that's all they play. But 5 or 10 games on the Nintendo system, it's not good enough reason, or even 3 games. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. This is Dr. Feelgood, and as I always say, keep it gaming.